This is October 2010. I'm not talking 1912 statutes. They have a different role. And this is honest to God. Right now, the governor's surveying the state. That's the unorganized, typical, lawful, common law militia, right? Yeah, and then the state militia that she's right now going to start opening interviews for the officers, and that's where your older people will come in, or the people like me that are getting not 18 anymore, but had rank in all the schools, and I had 3 Bronze Stars in combat. Oh yeah, I can do that, I guarantee it. So, yes.
What can you do as to freedom of information and bringing out the knowledge of the chemtrails, which is worldwide?
Well, actually, that's a little easier.
Because that's killing us all. Man,
Yeah.
woman, and child, our animals, our food, everything. And that's
Yes,
worldwide.
yeah. Yeah, barium. Yeah. Yep. Dumbing people just like fluoride.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Have you? I felt this gentleman stated it correctly, and that's what we're using successfully out there. We don't have them dumping uranium in our water. They're not flying over spraying our towns in Arizona. And like I stress, local control. You got to start local. Okay, like he said, you can't think globally if you haven't even started locally. You haven't even got a meeting set up with the city council yet. So don't try to be whipping global chemtrails yet. Okay? Yeah, it's a noble fight, but we should probably save the humpback whales, and we should probably make sure that we're not giving any trade secrets to China. And where are you going to start?
Yeah, I mean, they're turning all the waterways into national zones, international zones, and taking control. Well, we got the Genesee River, the Erie
Yeah.
Canal.
So if you can't drink,
you gotta stop them here.
if you can't drink water out of your tap because it's cut off and owned by the UN, it don't matter what they spray. You're going to die. You're going to die. Okay? I'm not discounting it. I'm just saying I know what's working. We're doing it.
Just want your opinion on an organization right now that I've been looking into. Um, United States for Republic for the United States.org.
Yeah.
Have you heard about that?
Yeah, I'm very familiar with them.
What
I
are your
don't waste my
thoughts?
time with them because back in the heyday of the old patriots and militia movements in the early 90s, the same shit, even with the same letterhead, was going around via the fax machines. It's just a revision. We got Obama now instead of Clinton. Okay? And all of this is coming back around that so many people are maybe new, 9/11 woke them up, V for Vendetta woke them up, whatever woke you up, or you're just young and enthusiastic. And you're not able to look like myself and many others at a long period of time being involved. There's so many things right now that are mimic of the identical protocols that were done early in the early 90s. That's why we are bound to have another false flag event in America. It's been too long since the Waco or Ruby Ridge. Plain and simple. It's not an accident the Department of Justice who runs all that is a Janet again. Janet Reno, Janet Napolitano. We've got an outlandish, unheard of before in history president. The first one, draft dodger and pot smoker. Let's bump it up one more. Full-blown communist, actually Marxist, to be more proper, and black. I don't care that he's black. I'm just telling you, we're setting up everything again in these same things. This was a big movement back then. It used to come under the guise of home rule and local control. Almost every bit of it, when people got involved in the home rule movement, ended up in jail. Some of you remember that. The Freeman, you start printing money and going out and buying, you're using the same tactics, Federal Reserve fractional banking. You're going out and making your own notes and saying, oh, this is a debt note, I'm going to buy a Cadillac. You can no. That's why Von Nuthouse and the Liberty Dollars, I didn't really care that he went to jail. Because he had 1 ounce coins that were $20. Then he announced, well, I'm going to change it to $50 next month. He's doing fractional reserve banking. This is when gold, by the way, this when silver was $8 an ounce. So paying 20 was already a ripoff. I can't take an ounce of gold and just restamp it with a 50 and say that I'm the right one and the Federal Reserve is wrong. We can't live like them and win. Well, I have this. We're going to have to really move quick now. So I'm going to hit some other things I had to cite for you folks this evening. This is something that we've given a lot of times on the air. Sometimes this one likes to give me a pain. Let me see here. I can't say I have, sir. Well, I am quite confident. Well, I could say it happening because I'm quite confident they're going to tank silver soon. They're going to tank it. It's going to max out about 50, and they're going to. Don't buy it. Huh? What?
I just bought it today.
Yeah.
You're telling me it's gonna tank?
Probably at 50. It'll float there for a while, quite honestly. Well, it's pretty easy actually. Right now, look what the media is already doing. First off, they got people out there all over TV. We'll buy your gold and silver. We'll buy your gold and silver. They're taking it out of circulation, first off. Okay? Secondly, they're already saying that, silver's not a safe investment. Okay? Credit's coming back. Don't worry. Employment's on the rise again. What's going to happen, I'm afraid, is you all know about if you've invested for a while, if I can get that dang file to open. Well, anyway, campingsurvival.com, I wanted to show you this website so you knew what it looked like. There's kind of their banner, and I've mentioned them a few times. This is where like a 1,000 foot right here, paracord, $35. This friend selling these lanyards, the reason I have him here is his wife is Thai, and she's one of the villages that was wiped out over there. So she went home to help her family. So he already works forever in Vegas at a casino, and he's buying this real GI twine and making these lanyards, trying to earn extra money to help out the in-laws in Thailand. So I told him I would bring them with me. This is campingsurvival.com. I wanted to show you just one particular item here that's great. That's right here.
Water bob.
Water bob. These are cool. You might want to consider one of these in your water preparation storage. Basically what it is, it's a big old black water bladder with a siphon and a hose on top of it that goes in your bathtub. Okay? Because most people get into their own problems with running out of water or food. Watch the news. They can announce for a week straight that there's ice storms coming to the New England states and it's going to cut everything off, and people won't put a gallon of water aside. Okay? Or they leave the generator with last year's lacquered up gas all gummy out in the shed till the day they're out of power. This is a great tool. If you see something coming, here's a 100-gallon bladder right here. Okay? Easy. Hook it to the spigot, however fast your water flow is, but under 20 minutes you're going to have 100 gallons. Lasts 4 weeks because it's food grade plastics. Built-in siphon pump up here and hose. A great way for water storage when you kind of have a little foresight into what's coming. Ice storms, floods, hurricanes, blah, 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 blah. Okay? We're going to have to rock and roll here so I can get to a lot of stuff. Got all those, luckily. Here's a food fern that many of us have been using for years, Walton Feeds. Now I'm opening these so you can see what the front page looks like so you know you're at the right place. These guys are good for long-term storage, seeds, sprouting mixes, grains, it doesn't matter. pallets of 5-gallon buckets, truckloads of bags, or just little individual soup can size. Yes, correct. And in fact, they also don't use the Chinese goods. Ready Reserve already got popped bringing in Chinese wheats and grains. So these guys are good. They're very polite. I've had them on the air with me multiple times. I mean, they're like a fan. I mean, it wasn't just one guy from the warehouse. They turned on the speakerphone. I had the dude filling the bags at the machine and the guy loading on the truck, and they honestly wanted to help. And I said, well, what, all this information stuff? No, we're not charging you nothing. We think it's a good deal. These are a great place, though, to get like your sprouting. Everybody should be doing sprouting. We've taught that at conferences. For a couple bucks, you can build multiple grain sprouters that are in your windowsill. Many sprouts have 1,000 times more potency than the actual germinated plant that's grown. It's in your windowsill in a small area, no soil. The water can be reused from one jar to the other, drank, whatever. It's inside, so if they're spraying outside, they're not poisoning you because you're growing it here in your house in the windowsill. So they have some wonderful mixes here. Walton Feed, Camping Survival. Campmore is a wonderful source. They keep a lot of overhead down by, there's that water filter. Their catalog is great. It's just a little black and white thing on newspaper type paper, real thin and junky. That's one of their big deals to keep overhead down. It's Campmore. This is a good company. They're always having sales. Here's that Catadin Hiker Pro, and if you want the hiker, just a couple minuscule specifications and difference, but other than that, they filter the same. They weigh 11 ounces, etc.
How much water goes through it?
These will do 200 gallons per filter. And that's what I was saying. This model specifically has the most bang for the buck. Weight that you got to carry, filter, how long it lasts. Cleans with no tools. Comes apart in the field with no tools. MSRs have Allen wrenches and O-ring kits. And so the hiker actual model too, it's just like this. Drop the word pro. It's $59. If you are looking for a good reputable firm, they've been on the air, and there's a little unknown secret in the world of numismatics, whether it's junk that's circulated or sealed coins, slab. There's a yellow sheet that is sent out every morning to coin dealers. It used to be faxed every morning, now it's emailed. Just like dairies and beef markets, all of them have a kind of a commodity sheet. Here's kind of the major actions in our trading day. J&J Coins, there's a formula that coin dealers use to determine the value out here in the marketplace. Starting with spot value, the market value, and they go from there for what the value set on junk silver. Okay? Your bags of mercury, diamonds, etc. Okay? Now this will tie in better now I got this open. So keep this in mind, JJCoins and SportGuards.com. We called 1,000 different firms to start surveying them. This is the only guy, 30 years experience. He said, yeah, I'll go in there and tell the secret. Huh? Rhodium? Oh, it's one of the rare earth metals. So if the Chinese are hogging up palladium, rhodium, there's actually just about 12 rare earth metals that are super critical to fancy, high-tech, expensive stuff. And the Chinese are buying, they're at 10-year futures already. Why our greenies are shutting down the mines here in America. So, jjcoins-sportcards.com, good guys, literally starting with a huge list, willing to say, I'm willing to go and tell the trade secret. I don't need to rip people off. He's been in the business 30 years. He treats people good. Just a recommendation for coins. This is another good website for your food. Now, some of you have seen that rip-off joint, Solutions for Science. A bunch of scammers. They have overpriced solar energy boxes and seed vaults for long-term storage. Okay, their seed vault is the typical Mylar packets as you see here in this package. In fact, it's the same labels.